and go. All right. So, guys, we are going to be casting the Chobo Team League Grand Finals here. We're going to hop straight on into game number 1. Spawning up here in the top right-hand side, the blue Terran representing Confed. It is Axon.
And in the bottom left from BornGosu. I remember this team. This is Heiswasser.
Last season's champions, BG, BornGosu. So,
that's right.
it was like I was just looking back. I was like, didn't BornGosu win last season? So I went and checked like the YouTube VOD, and it was like the last game was like the proxy marauder on Defender's Landing, and like TVT and SCVs were getting killed. And literally the second I opened on the VOD, guess what the words that came out of my mouth were? Oh no. I was like, this has actually been happening for years. I was just never aware of it. Oh my god.
It's just all the guys at the WCS events now make it painfully clear every time it happens. I've been doing it too, man. The oh-nos, like I do it all the time.
I think it's especially like a lot of people in Australia, man. Like I've noticed my friends when I'm hanging out with them, they'll say oh no in like kind of the same way, and I just start cracking up now every time any Australian says oh no. I can't help but find it funny.
That's it. Now, this is TVT. And we are seeing, oh shit, my game speed seems to be slow, man. What timing are you at?
140, and I'm pausing there for you.
Okay, yeah.
All right, no worries.
Sorry.
No worries, my man.
3.0. I got WCS 3.0 on, and I've just woken up. Okay, just a second. I'm nearly at 140, and pausing it. All right.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Bam. So I was going to say that this is a TVT, and talking about the build order openings, we got Axon going for the 17 gas fast tech tree, so going for the fast 111 by the looks of things. Whereas Heiswasser is going for single gas Reaper expansion into fast expand. So Heiswasser is actually going to go up into his Reaper now a little bit later, but yeah, so he has that econ advantage, but he's actually that Reaper could not have been any sooner.
Man, that drill, it was like inches from his buttocks, and that SCV, he just like glided through that CC. The Reaper came out, shot him in the face. Damn, lucky Heiswasser there. Good start for BornGosu. He's gonna get a second SCV as well. Not bad.
Oh wow, yeah, not bloody bad. So, yeah, Axon forgetting to untag that SCV with his SCV, just chasing that thing down. We see that the 111 is shaping up there for Axon. He's going for Cyclone first, by the looks of things. Didn't get a Hellion or anything like that. It's just double Reaper into Cyclone into Starport. So I'm expecting to see a Tech Lab go down in this barracks, and then like a... There it is. Like then a Banshee or a Raven or something like that to follow up.
Oh, it looks like the Reapers are going to pass each other on the map. Axon going to jump on into the base of Heiswasser. Going to take a look around. He's going to see that very delayed starport and going to start picking away. Going to try and get a little bit of revenge here, but the SCVs for Heiswasser all being pulled off the line. There's nothing here to defend. His Reapers have to come all the way home. Oh, man. This happens to me every TVT. It's like you leave the base, get halfway across the map, and that's when the Reaper jumps in.
Yeah, and now Axon's doing work. That SCV damage that was so great for Heiswasser at the beginning of the game is now being married up a little bit, and not to mention the denied mining time of pulling all his SCVs off the mineral lines and gases as well. Yeah, so that's a good bit of econ damage there. Just that one Reaper from Axon. So nice little move.
Oh, the timing of that was perfect. Like he couldn't start the orbital because of that lost mining. His like starport and factory just sitting there idle. So nice little pickup there for Axon, and you called it, Maney. Raven on the way, Siege Tanks on the way behind this. Might be able to do a nice little follow-up push as well. He's got the triple Tech Lab going. Oh my god, triple Tech Lab. He's going to get everything at home.
Yeah, of course means that he's going to be hurting a little bit on production with not having any reactors to swap onto. Heiswasser doing the same damn thing, except his barracks has a reactor on it. So he's actually going to be... It's going to be a little while before he gets those important bio upgrades. You know, like stem, combat shield, that sort of thing. Alternatively, he could go into mech. It is sort of early stages. We're not too sure. And because it's like Chobo Team League, these aren't going to be like crisp builds that we see Korean pros do every day.
Especially because this is the first game, and we always play from the lower league to the higher league. So this is actually this should be the Gold League game. However, I believe they were both in Platinum. They were both just promoted before this match. There's a 2-week rule where as long as you're promoted to the higher league, you can still play for 2 weeks before it's like, nah, you're too good to play in that ranking. And it's really funny because we see this pretty much every season in CTL because like everyone just gets competitive and starts practicing a little bit more, and every single person seems to get promoted like every season in CTL. It's really cool.
It is really cool. So those guys putting in the hard work, taking it seriously. I mean, this Raven coming in for some harassment, but gets tagged by a Viking and one Marine.
Man.
Just gets taken out of the auto turret there, but he keeps that away from the minimum line. Meanwhile, an attack on the other side of the map as well. 2 Reapers and a Hellion, but there is a Cyclone in position.
Big Daddy Cyclone says no.
That's right.
You know, Blue Terran says no to violence against SCVs. And Heiswasser just going to have to pull back for now. Both players just kind of building up a Raven for Heiswasser as well. So this looks like both guys are just going to macro on up from here. And man, double upgrades really early for Heiswasser. He's going to have 1-1 finish before Stim even starts.
Yeah, I mean, that lack of tech lab, I think he's just identified that as well. He's dropping an extra barracks. Axon also could definitely do with a reactor on his extra barracks back at home. He built an extra barracks earlier. He's queuing up a whole bunch of Marines on that bad boy. Yeah, so Heiswasser is probably going to want to swap over like one of the structures, either the starport or the factory, because these bio upgrades are just so important.
Yeah.
You will just lose to a guy that has combat shield and stem if you don't have either of those upgrades.
I've actually, have you ever been in those games where you've got your 1-1 and then they like drop in and snipe your tech lab like just before stim finishes, and then it's like you've got 2-2 and no stim and no combat shields. You're just like, oh my god. And they kind of do okay and they kind of suck really badly at the same time.
What's been happening to me a lot lately is because I'm like playing a fair bit faster these days, but not necessarily better. I usually like accidentally lift my barracks that's researching stem or something like that, especially in TVT, because TVT is the matchup where I do a lot of production facility switching with add-ons. But yeah,
it's
feels bad, man.
Yeah, the pulp move just picking it up. At least it's not in the finals of major tournaments. You know, that's always the worst, is if you cancel your stim then.
That's never going to feel good. Heiswasser has a very high energy Raven in the very, very north here, and Axon actually has a siege tank by his natural. So I think that with the combined strength of this siege tank and a bunch of auto turrets, that natural actually could be in a lot of trouble if he remembers that Raven's there.
Yeah, that'd be like really sick. If it just kind of comes in when the fighting starts dropping auto turrets, that can get out of control real fast. For now, looks like they're both just kind of building up. Axon's got that mobility with combat shields finishing, the faster 3-racks. He's got a lot of Marines out, a couple of medevacs. He's going to bring 2 siege tanks. So this is kind of his window, I think, to get something done, because Axon is down on SCVs. He's only got +1 attack finishing up against the 1-1 of Heiswasser. So if he can just find a good angle, maybe like break down the rocks on the left. But actually, I don't know. Heiswasser is pretty well set up, so it's going to be a tough nut to crack.
It is indeed, and also Heiswasser has the added benefit of he has a third base behind this. This is kind of all in here for Axon. He doesn't have a plan B if this goes badly.
Oh yeah,
he's getting a little bit dry, and the main, the natural's getting mined up as well. Oh, and yeah, he's locked down very tight here. Siege tank spread for Heiswasser on the high ground. There's that third being dropped there, the jank third. Oh, this Raven. Trying to pick off a tank with an auto turret, getting very, very low in hit points though.
He actually kind of pressured the tanks to unsiege, but Heiswasser, he's going to siege him back. Oh, these shots! These tank shots! Oh my lord!
Oh no!
Oh, the Raven goes down as well.
Yeah, that's a juicy start here for Heiswasser. Axon's kind of killing himself right now, going into that siege tank line.
Oh man!
There's 4 tanks here. This isn't breakable.
Yeah, I mean, his whole advantage was the stim and shields. I think he needed to, like, doom drop past the Viking on the left, or maybe through the bottom, do some big drop in the back, or maybe he could have sieged up the gases from the right-hand side, but the angle he came from, Heiswasser, was just, he was ready for it, man.
Yeah, knocked him down good there, and as we see, like, on the other side of the map, Axon floating up around 1,000 minerals, so is Heiswasser, but Heiswasser has a third base. He's turning that into an orbital right now. And a very healthy worker lead as well. There hasn't been any SCV production for a while from Axon. He's just been making units. in his army's not bad, but unfortunately, there's a huge defender's advantage for Highswasser right now. He has the tech numbers. He has a pretty healthy Marine count as well. It's a tough one. So Axon is going to just try and hold and make a game out of this, drop a third on location. And because he has that third with the more patches and more gases, it could potentially come back into it if he's left alone for a little while here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's TVT, so the engagements are still so important. Highswasser is going to remember about that Raven you were talking about. Manages to grab a bunch of kills down there. That's 2 SCV kills, a bunch of mining time. And he's going to go be annoying in the main as well. I like he isn't just dropping all the auto turrets at once. Oh, he cancelled his auto. Oh, he got blocked by the armory. Damn.
So feels bad, man.
Queued that up. Didn't quite get to drop it.
Well, I mean, that is still there, and there is no Vikings or anything for Axon. His only anti-air is these Marines and a Cyclone. So this Raven could be very, very annoying. Has enough for 3 auto turrets right now.
Second armory on the way for Highswasser. So it looks like he wants to get some sick, maybe Sky or Mech upgrades to add on as well. He's going to be getting a 4th CC. Oh, man, you know what? Highswasser, this guy is like the Terran disciple of Liquid Ret or something. Like, I can see his play style, man. He's like, I shall never attack, and I shall build a sick economy and production and upgrades. Like, he's just going to... I think he's going to wait till he hits 200 supply, and then he's going to have, like, the death push with just, like, the sickest army and upgrades.
Yeah. I really actually love Highswasser's position right now, even though, his third's the jankier one. And he's not fully saturated that gas. He does have 4 CC on the way, but I like his position. I really like upgrades, especially in mirror matchups, and he's really prioritizing it. Because he's not actually falling behind on workers either because of his extra income and that sort of thing. He's actually managed to outproduce his opponent as well, even though his opponent has had less supply and workers and less time macroing. So
time to see if that tooltip, the player with the bigger army almost always wins. Let's find out if StarCraft was on point with that one, I guess.
Ooh, now Axon's going for something that's brought a lot of TVT. A lot of TVTs have come back from the brink of death because of drops, but I mean, if he gets caught by these Vikings or these Marines, that's lights out for Axon.
Oh man, and there's no turrets down there on the bottom side of the map either. I was talking about, maybe he's got to do a doom drop with all those Marines, and yeah, he's down a couple upgrades, but it doesn't matter if he gets on the production of that. That's going to be kind of hard to stop, and he's going to hit the natural. Massive drop coming in here. He's going to dive on top of that. Marines unloading. Luckily, Highswasser wasn't too far away. It's going to be a bit hard to clean up though.
Yeah, he's dug in like a tick with his position, stimming and
oh, the Marines are move commanding! They're move commanding! Oh, he A-moved.
It's like a mincemeat.
Oh, he A-clicked on his own depot. Oh my god. So he had to kill his own depot before his Marines started fighting.
Oh my. Oh,
no!
This hurts so bad. This hurts so bad, Pig.
No!
Oh my god, the legs.
No! Highswasser. And yet
that hurt. Oh
no.
I'm just like, I'm not on camera right now, but I'm just rubbing my temples and curling into a fetal position right now. I'm just, oh man.
I know that feeling as well, because it's like halfway through the fight where Highswasser says, hey, I had plenty of units. I should have won that fight a lot easier. He's going to go back and watch the replay with his cast and realize he clicked on a depot. There's that one depot kind of behind the Marines that all his Marines had to run up and shoot to death before they started fighting.
Dude, have you ever had like, the thing that women deal with all the time is the feeling of being waxed? Have you ever had like your girlfriend do that to you just to make to wax a part of your body just to let you know how it feels?
Yeah, I know how it feels.
That's an in-game feeling of having a wax strip go through the hairiest part of your body. That hurts so bad. It feels so tender. I feel scared to even look at Highswasser's natural. Like I'm like, oh my god, the pain. I'm just getting sympathy pains right now. I know how that feels, dude. That's happened to me before many, many times. That said, though, like even though that was a catastrophic disaster for Highswasser, he is still alive, and it is still TVT. He's down 30 army supply, but up at economy, he has a fair bit of production. So, and considering this level, like it's in Gold League, you can absolutely out macro an opponent even from a giant blonde like that. It's not over until it's over.
Yeah, I mean, he just keeps expanding and taking more bases. He's got like a second starport, and most importantly, he's got +3 weapons finish, +2 armor on the way, +2 just started for Axon. Axon got the armory ages ago, but he was kind of distracted managing that attack. Didn't actually do anything else with those upgrades. So he is so far behind on upgrades, even though he's got that really nice supply lead right now. And Axon has a way bigger army with that lower SCV count.
Oh, just sending in a few Marines and a Cyclone in here to try and get more SCV damage, and that he does get. He may get a Liberator as well. Oh, he's just trying to get out of those Liberation zones. Good little micro there from Axon, keeping those Marines alive. He does get cleaned up, but yeah, I mean, Axon, you can tell that when he's attacking, he's not thinking about what's happening back at home. Like this is a very common mistake for players like myself and Axon as well. And you can see that the main is completely dried out now. That thing needs to be floated out if he wants to have the economy he needs to stop Highswasser, who is going for a big push. And once again, he does have a tank advantage, a 6 versus 5.
Highswasser,
also the air advantage.
He's going full TY, man. He's going for Liberator Viking advantage, but with such a small Marine count, it's dangerous. Even with the sick upgrades, like, yeah, you can have 3-3 Marines, but when it is 95 Marines to 33, yeah, I mean, if Axon just stims on top of this, this could be so scary. Oh my god, he's spreading his army around as well. If those Marines come in from two sides, Highswasser is going to get just crunched on.
Yeah, it looks like he is actually trying to get everything together, though. So not going to go for that sandwich as we initially thought. But you're absolutely right. This Marine count cannot be sneezed at. That is a massive, massive Marine count advantage. And Highswasser is starting the push here with the Liberator, trying to keep that Liberator alive with the Vikings, but he needs to be careful. Here comes the Bio.
Axon doesn't have the medevacs with the Marines right now. Where are those medevacs? Oh, he's doom dropping on the other side of the map. Oh my gosh, he's actually just going to abandon his base.
He loses it. It's dead. His tanks get taken out by the Liberators as well. Axon has he has one goal in mind here, and that's the win by getting on top of that production.
Oh, Highswasser's Marines just barely miss it. They just moved out, and Axon's going to get the unload. He's going to get the unload in the main base. I don't know if Highswasser's going to be able to defend his production. I don't think he can. That's just too much bio unloading in there. +2 attacks finished. Highswasser's going to try and jump on the front, but oh no! His Marines are vastly outnumbered. My god. They are hero Marines with 3-3 versus the 2-1 and medevacs healing them, but they do have to pull back. Highswasser's in massive trouble right now.
Yeah, he sure is. He kind of has to win with what he has here. Axon is going to reset all of the production here in Highswasser's base. The CC even in trouble here as it does get picked off.
Oh, the tanks of Highswasser. They just move in. Oh,
no,
man.
You see it happening again.
Ooh. Axon a little bit slow on the stim, though. It's Axon's turn to move command a little bit. About 30 Marines there just staying mega clumped up and getting owned by the tank fire. Highswasser maintains his position with this push.
This is getting weird.
Oh, man. He's got to get on the production. Both players, like, the production of Highswasser is gone. If Highswasser can get up on the production of Axon, then he's still kind of okay because he is rebuilding his production up in the top left. He's going to get a massive barracks around that planetary, and the planetary should do really well against just pure bio. It should be able to hold on against that. So Highswasser just trying to maintain his position here. He's got this little ball of Marines doing a good job of killing the units as they come out, but there's siege tanks on the defense for Axon. If Highswasser goes up that ramp, he will get crushed by those tank blasts.
Yeah, and he cannot reinforce these Marines either, not for a while at least, as these barracks are not complete. Both players with a pretty large bank, Highswasser with a much larger bank though. And he is slowly taking his time up this ramp. I would love for him to just jump these Vikings on these siege tanks or something, like just land the Vikings on the siege tanks, take him out so he can get up there and take out that production without losing Marines.
Yeah,
or he could also just move up the ramp.
Cops a couple of shots there, but he does save most of the Marines, and looks like Axon now, he's clearing up the bases, but he hasn't found that base up in the top left, and man, the Freedom Planetary defense is actually going to be pretty sick there. Extra orbital floating up into the north, and Highswasser, I mean, he's able to kind of choke up the production of Axon, but he hasn't been able to push in and eliminate it just yet.
And also, all of Axon's tanks are actually in his main, so he can't actually kill this planetary, I don't think. No, if all of his bio gets on top of it, I think he can. But he needs to, like, dive on that thing and not have Highswasser repair it at all.
Yeah.
To be able to get that planetary.
If there's, like, 30 SCVs surrounding it and repairing it, they're going to be able to, I think, out-repair it, especially with a few Libs and Vikings and whatever else. And now, of course, Highswasser has the battle of, oh, cool, I got my production up. Now I need to build 36 depots before I can actually build units. The problem every non-Zerg player faces in a base trade, where you're just like, aww.
Well, He has an orbital, so he can actually like drop a ton of supply depot hats.
Ooh, he's going to push in now. Axon is. He's going to get a
Oh.
few Liberators. The Planetary's getting massive splash, but he's not repairing it. Icewaster not repairing it. Oh, no. The Planetary falls. And,
That was his.
wow.
That was his lifeline. That planetary was his lifeline, man. That's gone now. He's got his tanks, but the
Ooh.
Marines are getting on top of them.
Oh, my gosh. He's going to actually hold on. Icewaster's going to clean that up. And
Upgrades, baby.
yeah, it's still 3-3 versus 2-1. Okay, I was wondering why those Marines were winning so hard. Right. And Axon doesn't have any mining right now. He's got orbitals trying to float out to different corners of the map, but Highswasser has actually maintained position. Right now it's 13 Marines, a Liberator, and 6 Medevacs versus 13 less upgraded Marines, 2 tanks, a Viking, and 2 Medevacs. So both players are like dead even on units right now. Axon's still able to actually build units because he hasn't lost all those depots. So in a way, he has the better army right now as those Vikings aren't too useful. But the upgrades on the Marines of Highswasser are a huge problem.
And also that huge bank that Axon has, that's gone now. He's spent that money, and his workers aren't working. He's now putting them to work. They've just been sent back because they were just sort of on smoko there. The Vikings of Highswasser are sharking around. They're going to see this big SCV train through the middle of the map. Ooh. Meanwhile, a ball of Marines, a couple siege tanks, going to go for Highswasser's CC here.
Yeah, I think he's just going to have to lose that one. That CC will go down. A big loss and had a lot of energy saved up on it. Highswasser also being supply blocked by losing that. Axon's SCVs running into the Marine meat grinder.
Oopsie daisies.
Both players losing a chunk of their economy there. Highswasser just trying to get up more depots, trying to build more units. Let's bring up that production tab. Marines are building. Ooh, Highswasser. He's got the better upgraded Marines. He's going to need to fight, though. He needs those Vikings on the ground. Oh, there we go. Vikings joining the fight. I think that'll turn this battle. I think Highswasser just might barely have the numbers, or maybe not.
Maybe not. Siege tanks are pretty good. They help out quite a bit for Axon here, and with a reinforcement from the low ground, he will break this through. I'm not sure those Marines were deliberate or not, but they just came at the right time, in the right place here, and they get these medevacs pulled back as well, getting into the very, very light production of Highswasser. Highswasser has some reinforcements of his own, and they're coming up with some SCVs. Gets the tanks.
Wow, he cleans all of that up there, and that's actually going to be those 3-3 Marines. They find a way to clean it up. Axon's bases are mining down in the kind of center bottom of the map. Meanwhile, it's just this one base for Highswasser, who just used most of his SCVs in that engagement. So Highswasser wants to just push and win right now. He's getting on top of these Marines that are trying to regroup for Axon. Axon's production is all over the place, and his Marines are actually getting gunned down. Highswasser doing a really good job here. And
yeah, he also has medevacs, whereas these Marines have no medevacs. That's another big thing here, as these Marines go town to town with those upgrades. He crushes through these Marines, and there's not a whole lot left for Axon, man. He's down to 16 army supply, and all of it is just been Marines for a while here. How does he beat this army now? As funny as that sounds, looking at this ragtag army of Highswasser.
It's like 16 SCVs and 8 Marines, now about 12, 15 Marines. But yeah, they're all together. They got the medevacs, they got the upgrades. And I think that might be all she wrote for Axon. Axon's coming in with another SCV counterattack down in the bottom middle of the map. He's going to go and attack with those, I guess, and try to do something.
Get him, boys!
Yeah! Take out those depots.
Bring the minerals with you.
Oh, no. One SCV gets surrounded, killed by about the 20 SCVs of Axon. These guys are gonna pick off a few more guys, but Highswasser is just sitting between the rally point, picking off Marines as they come out. I wish he'd just stim up that ramp, actually, but probably thinks there might be a siege tank up there, so he's a little bit worried about that.
Yeah, and obviously he has a lack of scans. He nearly has one on the CC, but he's cleaned up this SCV counterattack, and he has so many Marines that an A move will end this game.
Oh, Axon moves down the ramp, tried to break that, but does not manage to make it happen. Highswasser maintains his position, and I think this is going to be the end. Highswasser starting to push up that ramp, gets on top of the production, and what a game one. It looks like, man, BornGosu, Highswasser, the macro beast, manages to take it out, and that's a 1-0 lead.
Good Lord. If you needed to wake up, well, there's a game to get your focus on for StarCraft this morning. Good Lord, man. That's insane.
Oh, that was amazing. Great way to start the day. Gonna go into the next match. So, of course, that was the Gold League match. The next two are the Platinum League matches. The way this format works, for anyone who isn't familiar with how CTL works, is there's a Gold League, 2 Platinum League matches, and then there is a Diamond, sorry, 2 Diamond matches, and a Diamond, one of which is a Diamond 2 or 3 player. So it's kind of like the bottom half of Diamond, because there is a really big range of skill there. And
yeah, there's a huge difference between high Diamond and low Diamond for sure.
Yeah, so it's 2 Plats, 1 Diamond, 2 or 3, 2 Diamonds of any tier, 1 Master, and players can play up but not down. So someone can be in Gold and play as a Platinum. Someone can be in Platinum, play as a Diamond, but obviously you can't play lower, excepting the 2-week promotions rule, where if you get promoted mid-season, you can still play for another 2 weeks in the tier that you were already playing in. And after that, you're out. You've got to revert to the higher league. All right.
I'm ready when you are, mate.
All right, let's do this. 1 second. All right, 3, 2, 1, and play.
All right, so in the bottom left here, we have...
Hold on 1 second. Sorry, my scene.
Oh.
And go.
You didn't pause the game, right?
No, I didn't pause the game.
Sick. And the bottom left here from BornGosu, which is currently 1-0 up. In the series, this is Acid Cacti.
And you're at 21 seconds, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. And his opponent up here in the top right-hand side, the Blue Protoss. It is from Confed, ex-Legend. Legend? I feel like I should add a D on the end and say Legend. I don't know. I'm going to go... Or Legion? Legion?
He might be... Yeah, he might be trying to spell Legion.
Oh, yeah. All right, we'll go with Legion. Legion sounds cool.
Or X.
Let us know in Twitch chat, teammates, and we'll adjust based on what you guys say.
So we've got another mirror. 2 mirrors in a row, TVT, and now a PvP.
Mirror on the wall, who is the fairest Protoss of them all?
Well, they both have some pretty fair-looking probe skins.
Yeah.
Acid Cacti going for the full wall-off, and going for double gate here. Interesting.
Nice. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of people like to wall off on this map and then play really greedy, but with the double gate, curious to see what happens, because that probe's in there. Legion might just pylon block the natural. He's like, oh, you're going to wall in and expand? Nuh-uh. Would be cool to see something like that.
Yeah. 5 probes in this gas, though. He hasn't fixed that rally point from the Nexus for a little bit here, but...
Ooh.
And that's Legend, by the say. He's in all caps. He's in the chat right now. So
he's like, Legend! It's Legend, guys.
No! Stop it! I'm on stream once every year.
You got it right the first time, damn it.
Yeah. It's all right. Let's not butcher his name. We don't know how often he's going to be on your channel, so... That's Legend, I believe. And Acid Cacti, I mean, you can't really butcher that. That's just a sick name. I wish my name was Acid Cacti.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a cool name. Very unique as well. It's not like cute girl XXX88 or Slayer 999, you know, with those names
or
where
Princess.
Yeah. Ooh.
Apparently we're having game sound problems.
Okay, so apparently, yeah, a little bit of the game sounds. Well, I realized that. Oh, okay, it's the new OBS that's been having this issue. I think there's a hot fix for it.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Rich.
My bad. Let me just change that to the get that working right away.
Oh, so you like have the audio channel or the output channel is messed up, or?
Yeah, it should be working now. There we go.
Good.
Game sounds are there? Okay.
Yeah, strange.
I think it might have just been because I was tabbed out. Who knows?
Oh, their mics allowed in the game sounds. Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
If the sound of a building being warped in is drowning us out, that's not a good time. Acid Cacti went for an interesting opening here. Went for Robo immediately after 2 gates. And I thought he was going to go for something wonky on one base, but he's actually dropping an Axis behind this.
I wonder if he's proxying or searching for proxies. I reckon he was checking for a proxy with his probe out on the map as well. So just kind of making sure nothing too crazy was going on. This map's kind of hard, I guess, because it's difficult to scout. So I thought he might rush an observer, but it's going to be Immortal first. So I think it's just going to be like real meaty ground focus play for Acid Cacti. And Legion, on the other hand, is going to be going for the Robo as well. And both players similarly timed expansions, similar probe counts. So, I mean, all things considered, this is a pretty even game on both sides. And I think we're just going to see a pretty straight up kind of macro clash, which I guess is Proxima Station in a nutshell, hey?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just turning my mic input down a little bit because apparently I'm a little bit loud now. Maynard's super loud. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
I don't know why. I don't know why the sound balance is just flying around. We didn't do anything to.
Yeah, you know, everyone at the start was like, Maynard's quiet, turn him up. That's fine. That's fine. I should have done a more thorough test today with the audio, guys. My bad.
Look, I sat down at like 9 on the PC, so we didn't really wasn't organized, guys. I was up very, very late last night. I'm gonna be real with you guys. It was a mistake.
Wasn't a mistake.
A little bit too much whiskey.
A little bit too much whiskey just means we're feeling good. You know, you wake up, you cast some games, have some fun. Nothing too professional here. Of course, just trying to get a bit of exposure for one of the longest running and most badass amateur leagues out here, which kind of gives people, you know, a chance to play from all different levels. Of course, there will be a few of the admins from CTL in chat, so please go ahead and, you know, guys, share some links to the website. Let people know how they can follow it, how they can join in. I'm super happy that Taste the Bacon, Pig Pan, my little clan, which I don't really do that much for. I just kind of advertise and create the clan, and then the guys basically just run clan matches and play badass, you know, matches all the time. I get to take a little bit of pride in that just because I attached a stupid pig associated name with it. But we're actually going to be signing up 1 or 2 rosters, potentially an EU roster as well as an NNA roster for this season. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the boys do in that. Should be a lot of fun.
Nice. Very, very cool. We've got the Observer here of Legend coming in and seeing that Stargate, seeing the Robo. You got a look at pretty much every single tech here of Acid Cacti on the outside of the map. Both players being extremely passive. And whoa, a Void Ray on the way here for Acid Cacti. Oh.
Void Rays, I feel like it's never bad to have a few Void Rays mixed in because they just shred like Stalkers so well. And Legend's building a lot of Stalkers, so hey, why not? No Immortals on the way for Legend just yet. Looks like Legend's just going to be going for more of this like upgrades and Templar Archive focused tech, so both players really going to be building up for a long time here. Gentleman's agreement for sure. These guys had a cup of tea before the battle in the morning on the hillside. They're like, this should be your corner of the battle. Arrange yourself in orderly ranks, and at 2 minutes to noon, we shall proceed to engage. Yeah.
When the clock strikes 20 minutes, I'll meet you in the middle of Proxima, and we shall do glorious combat. But yeah, both players are going for really interesting tech paths here. So there's Charge and Void Ray Immortal on the way for Acid Cacti. And Legend made a Templar Archives and hasn't done anything with it yet.
Oh, Archons. Yeah, it's going to be Archons for sure, right? I think that's a good choice. I think that would be... They're like great versus Charge lots. They don't really take too much damage versus Void Rays, so that would be nice. I think it's... Yeah, the Stalkers I think are going to be pretty appallingly bad though versus Void Ray, Charge Lot, Immortal. So
yeah, a little bit concerned about that. Also, he didn't buy the super sick Stalker skin that Acid Cacti has, which is also a small deficit, which means these Stalkers are going to be less strong.
Yeah, these are they called forged Stalkers? I think.
I think so. Yeah, so they are obviously stronger and spikier.
True. I'm gonna actually turn the. Oh, sorry. Whoops. I was going to turn the health bars off, but I realized since we are casting off replay, that would pause the game. I was going to turn the health bars to damage just so we could like eye the skins a little bit more in this slow build up in this game. Double Stargate going to go down for Legend here. Ooh, Legend's going to be going for some of his own air units. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Legend's got a way faster third, so I'm liking Legend's economy a lot now. I'm just scared that if he doesn't beef up his ground army and Acid Cacti pushes him soon, I don't know how he's going to stop this this big push, especially if there's like a big round of charge lots warped in or something like that, as the gateway count is growing for Acid Cacti.
Yeah, sure is. He's going to kick. I like that his macro beats right now has been pretty nice. Like he's not been missing too much. He's not been getting supply block too often. He's been doing a pretty good job there. A Fleet Bacon going down for Legend. Fleet Bacon on the way. Do you like it crisp? Do you like it burned?
Oh man.
I like. Is this going to be straight into Carrier or Tempest?
Oh, I think it's going to be just carriers. I think he's just gonna try and defend the front, go to carriers, and I don't know, not a bad choice, right? I mean, he's got +1.
I mean, carriers are almost always good.
He's already starting shield upgrades. It's like definitely like carriers, right? Like he's gonna start +1 attack on the Cybercore any moment now. Doesn't really have the gas income just yet to fully start carrier production. But as this third gets saturated, we'll be, carriers on the way. All right, so Legend is like, please leave me alone for a few minutes. And he's actually scouting right now, sees there's no third, and he's like, oh, you're on 2 base. So he might be a little bit worried about a big push coming. And I got to tell you, man, that's what I'm kind of worried about here right now, because Acid Cacti just knocked the front door down. He's got 6 Immortals, 4 Void Rays, a bunch of Charge Lots. This is a scary push.
I was commending him for not getting supply block, but unfortunately knocking down the front door has stopped his ability to produce anything for now. But he does have more Mortals and another Void Ray queued up. And Legend is trying to get to carrier and straight up Mothership, but he may actually just die to this push, man. This is a scary push. Holy crap.
Yeah, a couple Archons and Stalkers, not going to be enough DPS. I mean, with like 3 or 4 overcharges, that'll be great. But the Mothership core is morphing right now. Can't cast while it's morphing. It needs 40 seconds. More Zealots warping in, and I mean, there's no cannons down. The carriers just aren't out. The Graviton Catapult's not out. +1 Plasma Shields isn't out. This could be like the perfect timing for Acid Cacti, but if he doesn't go soon, he might hit just a little bit too late.
Yeah, 2 carriers with Graviton Catapult and +1 shields, I think can actually help, will actually help Legend hold this, but he's got to strike now while the getting's good. And here he comes, coming in here with a pretty big scary army. He has +1 attack as well. So does Legend.
That Assimilator tanking a lot of damage on the south side, but it does go down. The Mothership is not quite here yet. Yeah, good move from Legend, just pulling up into the main. He knows he's got to abandon this base. If he can just defend 2 bases and get out enough carriers, he will be okay. There's only 1 observer out here for Acid Cacti, but oh, there's no detection for Legend. Oh, there is actually. He needs to snipe it down, but unfortunately that ramp, I think, is going to do the job anyway. Acid Cacti comes on up that ramp. His units are just getting stuck behind each other. Does he have enough numbers anyway? I think he might. The carriers have already gone down. Yeah,
the carriers are dying here. Also, somehow got a Warp Prism in the main, warping in Zealots, getting tagged straight onto these Stalkers. The Stalkers are going down, and the Immortals are slowly but surely pushing up this ramp here, but another carrier's popped out just in time, and with the Archons, it looks like he will live.
There was a moment there with that Observer, because he A-moved, it actually walked all the way into the back of Legend's base, and he lost a vision, and all of his units were just kind of derping about, because they couldn't see anything until the Mothership core went down. So, actually, no, it didn't go down, it survived. Oh, yeah, so the Mothership core actually just had to, the Observer had to pull back. I feel like those wasted seconds was really important, because that's where Acid Cacti's last Archons and Void Rays fell. When he lost that anti-air, he wasn't able to break through. So both players kind of reset now. The Immortals are still alive, but I got to say, I favor the dude who's got the carriers out over the dude with the Immortals, man.
Well, yeah, and also the fact that this dude with the carriers out made a 4th Nexus during all that, which has become his 3rd Nexus. He can saturate it straight away with these probes that are still alive. He has the probe advantage. He's going to have econ advantage. He can drop even more production. Now he's spending his money. He's getting 3 carriers at once and +2 shields here as the 3rd and 4th Nexus finishing up. And Acid Cacti, his 3rd isn't even a 3rd of the way done yet. I said 3rd about 6 times in that sentence.
That was the 3rd time you said 3rd, and it was glorious, Maynard, because
that's right.
We are about to see the 3rd engagement of this game, I think, and this push is scary right now, but I think if these carriers get out, Legend's fine. He's just got to... I'm just worried because he doesn't really see the army coming. Wait, is there any detection? There's no observer here. Okay, no. Acid Cacti has to focus down the Mothership right now. And he's going to do it. He's going to focus it down. The Mothership's going to fall. Oh, Mothership gets blasted out of the sky. That carrier getting dangerously low as well. The charge up on the Void Ray slows them to a snail's pace, fortunately.
It sure does.
That patch, they can't catch up to the carrier anymore. And that 3rd base will go down. Nice pick up for Acid Cacti. Now, these probes, they're all trying to rally back to the 4th. Does Acid Cacti realize? Is that going to tell him that there's a base down there? Because if he goes and gets that 4th, he suddenly might be okay.
Yeah, absolutely right. Acid Cacti not aware of that base at all. He's just going straight for the throat here. Going up this ramp is a bunch of Zealots and also Archons. Once he gets rid of these Void Rays, oh, can he do it?
Pure massacre. The Archon Splash, the Zealot Hug, and the Interceptors just rip Acid Cacti's army apart. Oh, man. That was... You know, he thought he was the Persians. He thought he was going up against a bunch of Spartans. Yeah, well, in this story, it looks like the Spartans won. That army just got massacred so one-sidedly. And Legend, I think he's going to take it now. He just destroyed that army. He lost, what, like 6 zealots or something?
Yeah, I think that's it. Maybe an Archon, maybe. But these carriers are all still alive. He still has more on the way, and I think a solid A move from Legend will end this game. Acid Cacti really doesn't have a whole lot going for him back at home. He's mined out of the main because it took him so long to take his third base that he has a bunch of probes just idle right here, and he's actually getting very dry in the back pocket natural as well.
The power of macro there. Legend with that secret 4th base kind of going up in the midst of the action. Just paying dividends right now. Gonna see if he can triple his opponent's supply here. The Zealots have done so. He's actually got +2 plasma shields, +3 on the way. Still no attack upgrades for the carriers. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this before. But I guess with the Archons, the Zealots, and the carriers all benefiting from those upgrades, it works out quite well. It's very cool. And yeah, Legend's doing quite well. I guess technically Interceptors will survive longer with those shield upgrades, right? And their shields, I think, regenerate every time they go back to the carrier. I'm not 100% sure on how that works.
Oh, that'd be interesting to look at in like the unit tester or something like that. Yeah, I'd be interested to know as well.
Let me know.
Yeah, that's it.
The person we go to when we want to know any of the technical things we don't know about StarCraft.
Do you know it'd be a sick use of 100 minerals and 100 gas getting charged for all these zealots here for Legend?
Yeah, that would be,
because he has so many zealots.
That'd be really cool. I kind of like the style points though. These are like the Zest zealots, you know, where they don't accidentally run off in front of the army. It's like, nah, this way they can't run off, you know. It's like you kind of neuter your zealots so they're not too excitable. They're not like running around the house barking and pooping on the carpet and stuff. You're just like, no fancy boots for you boys. All right, gotta keep you leashed up.
Or you could just, or use a bird analogy, just clip their wings, make sure that they're just flying around the house, not going too much further than that.
Yeah, exactly. These are your tame zealots. These aren't the guys that landed on Aya to retake it in the Legacy of the Void cinematic. These guys don't have eye patches and stuff like that.
Well, we're getting into the pretty late game here, and Legend is being extremely passive again, just sitting here. Making carriers. He's not feeling good about moving out till he has 200 supply of carriers, man. He's like, no, I want to guarantee that I win this game.
To be fair, that's like the carrier thing you're supposed to do as well, right? Like,
yeah, it's like
every time I think of it, man. Like, I've lost games where I have like 12 carriers in a PvP, and I'm like, well, I can't possibly lose. I A move, and the guy has like 50 +3 blink stalkers, and they just like blink in and one-shot each carrier, and I'm like, if only I waited till I had 16 carriers, then I couldn't have lost, you know? It's
Protoss mech. Every time I see a Protoss going for carrier, I'm like, okay, he needs to die, like right now. Because if he sits there, he will have an army that I can't stop. Doesn't matter what race I am, so yeah.
I totally forgot to change the scoreboard this whole time, by the way, guys. Yes, BornGosu did win that first game, so they are up a game. Don't think they're going to be able to take it to a 2-0 lead here. We'll have to find out, but I feel like Acid Cacti will need to literally, I don't know, sneak some acid into his opponent's coffee or something to win this game.
Yeah.
Like, Legend will need to headbutt his keyboard to lose. Because if you got, what, 5 Void Rays versus how many carriers? 6 carriers? Yeah, that doesn't, about to be 9 carriers. And the carriers have upgrades and the Void Rays don't. I think it's going to work out.
I think if Legend has like his keyboard suddenly unpower and half of his house catches fire while his mum's yelling at him to go get hot pockets because dinner's ready, and then he's like AFKs for 10 minutes, I believe that there's possibly a chance that he could get the Void Ray count up to be able to just move this mothership and carrier army down. But other than that, it is going to be extremely tough to stop. We do actually have a Fleet Bacon going down on the other side of the map for Acid Cacti, and I actually want him to make Tempests. I really, really do. I think Tempest is going to be very, very good for Acid Cacti here.
You know what? He's probably gotten that. He's looking for the Void Ray speed upgrade, and he's realized it doesn't exist anymore. And he's going, uh-oh. Why'd I build this one?
No.
Oh, no.
He's got better air upgrades, but, I mean, the sheer number of interceptors that Legend's going to have here is going to circumnavigate that, I think.
I do like the addition of Guardian Shield, like 3 sentries in there, like because there was the counter to carriers, which people figured out was Archons with Plasma Shield upgrades and Guardian Shield. because of the way the carriers work with their 2 attacks, you get double armor modifiers. So even if you've got a maxed out attack upgrade interceptor, right, it's 2 8 damage attacks. But then you get Guardian Shield, knocks that down to 6 damage. And then you get 3 Plasma Shield upgrades, knocks it down to 3 damage. And suddenly you've got a carrier doing half the damage or less than of what it, is meant to do. And the Archon Splash would also like one-shot the interceptors, and that would work out really well. But with only Stalkers and Void Rays, I don't know if it's gonna really be enough.
A slow Zealot attack here from Legend.
That was like those horrible people who they get a pet, and then they realize it's too hard to take care of, and they just go and leave it out on the street somewhere. They dump it somewhere.
Don't even.
That was disgusting. Legend did not take care of those Zealots. Just disgusting.
Oh my god, that's actually the saddest thing in the whole world.
It is.
But this army for Legend is, again, we have to reiterate, because he hasn't done anything with it right for a while, but we have to reiterate, this is not killable. This is not an army that Acid Cacti has any hope of beating.
Casual 11 Archons, just mixed in there. Why not? Along with the 11 carriers. Wow. And
unfortunately, Acid Cacti has been making carriers of his own, and that feels like when you're in a mirror matchup and you're up against like if you're playing ZVZ and a guy's got muters, don't try and make your own muters. Like, try and make something else, because that he's always going to have more than you, and that's the case here with these carriers as well.
Oh man, the interceptor count just obliterated instantly for Acid Cacti, and Legend just jumps on top. He's actually clicking on the Nexus during the battle. We've seen a lot of that.
Yeah. Going for the Nexus here. And now starting to attack this army. The Void Rays getting work done, but they are getting killed. There it is. GG. Legend is going to tie up the scores here.
Damn. That one, that was actually a pretty fun game there. Acid Cacti made it closer than I thought it would be, but there was that kind of move command up the ramp and that beautiful Zealot Archon carrier defense on top of the ramp. Oof. Obliterated that army, and GG.
Gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to get into set 4 here.
Okay, yeah, so set 3, guys, give you a little update. So we are obviously casting these in the order they were played. Unfortunately, set 3 had to be forfeited, which was very unfortunate. So the BornGosu player did have to forfeit that. So we've actually got Confed up 2-1 as we go into set number 4. And a little bit unfortunate here in the finals, and I'm sure BornGosu especially were a little bit upset about that, as they are last season's champions, and now they're down 1-2. It is a best of 7, of course, guys. All the matches are played regardless, because the way this works, if you guys are interested in joining as well, is your team basically just puts in your roster for the maps and the league that's meant to be associated with each map. And then you get, assigned opponents based on what the other team signed up with their lineup. And then you guys just arrange your match throughout the week. And then, hopefully a lot of the time, the games also do get casted as well at a later date. But, yeah, this time around, unfortunately, one of those had to forfeit for whatever reason. So we are going to be going into that fourth map with BornGosu down 1-2 against Confed. All right, you ready?
Well, I'm in the replay. Ready when you are.
3, 2, 1, and go.